God knows I'm not a wicked person. I am usually very understanding. I'm usually very patient to people. I always try to see the angle someone is coming from when we're trying to do business or, But one thing I hate is bad service, bad customer service. In October, I lost my only brother, my younger brother, and it was, in fact, it still is, really shocking for me. It was a complete nightmare, something I never imagined would ever happen. You know, it's worse. It's actually worse when you're older and your younger one dies. I was having a very bad year, coupled with the fact that I was stuck in Lagos for months. I came back. I was trying to get my business going, and then I had news about my brother. I'm not even going to lie. I was really, really depressed, and I needed some time out. And then I decided to check different countries. The only option that I had left was going to Dubai. And to go to Dubai, you need a tourist visa. As a Nigerian, you actually need to get a visa to go to Dubai. So, I decided I have used a different visa company to apply for a visa to Dubai, but this was not my first trip to Dubai. And I said, okay, let me just try another company, And I thought of Wakanow. In fact, what I wanted to do was to do like full-time vlog, detailed vlog of how I had like one of the best moments in Dubai this time. And I contacted them on WhatsApp and I said, oh, hey, I need to go to Dubai and I'm trying to see how I can get the 30 days visa to Dubai. And then the representative told me, oh, yeah, we are giving out visas, but you would have to book a hotel or flights with us. I said, nah, we already have where we're staying. Just give me, let me see what the flights that are available. Though I would have wanted to book myself, but I understand how this whole thing works. Most companies, most travel agencies, if they are going to book a visa for you, you need to book your hotel so they are sure where you're staying, just so you do not run away in the UAE, right? So I decided, oh yeah, just show me the different options and the flights and everything. And then they brought out everything and I saw Emirates. Emirates was less than 300,000 and it felt like a really good deal. And I was going to pay for that. And I just told the lady, oh, just, you guys should send me the booking, whatever, and I will pay for it. She sent the account. I keep saying she because I think I was talking to a female. I don't really know who I was talking to, whether it was a he or she, but it was a representative of Wakanow. And, they said, yeah, we'll send to your mail. Sent it to my mail. I tried paying for the flight with an Amex card and it failed because they only accepted Nigerian payments. And I said, okay, let me just, let me hold on for a while, try to transfer the money to my MasterCard wallets, like where I could actually pay with my card, my MasterCard. And the representative said, oh, before you make that payment, please do let us know so we'll know if these prices are still valid. And I contacted them early the next day and, I didn't get a response. I waited for 2 hours. I didn't get a response. I went ahead and paid for it. And then I sent them a screenshot of the payment receipt. A few hours later, I got a phone call from some Sadiq guy working at Wakanow. And Sadiq said, hey, ma'am, good afternoon. We received your payment. This is just a call to let you know that we have received your payment for the flight. And I said, okay, great. How do I go ahead to pay for the visa? He said he would send me the account details. He sent the account details to pay for the visa. And I was about paying for the visa. And then he called back like, let's say 5 to 10 minutes later. I'm sorry, I don't think the payment really reflected. I mean, who does that? You already called me to tell me that the payment has been confirmed. And all of a sudden, you don't think the payment reflected. And I said, no, that's not even possible. So I got a receipt from Paystack. To an extent, I'm actually very tech savvy because I did most of the designs on my website, like 80% of the work. I actually did that. And, even my previous website, I know how to link Paystack. I have been using Paystack since 2017. So when a payment comes in, I know it has come in. There's no going out. The only going out from Paystack is going from that third party, that's Paystack, to your own account. So like it didn't make any sense what he was saying. I said, okay, good and fine. Send me a screenshot of what you're seeing at your end, right? Let me see what you're seeing because it's not possible that the payment came then he reversed. And he said I should contact my bank. I said, see, I even had to send a screenshot of my account balance. This is how much I have left. This is the amount that was taken out of my account. So I have been debited. There is no reversal to this. I have been debited, and Paystack has issued me a, what's it called? A receipt. Unless you are refunding my money, then that reverse transaction can actually happen. But this is not the case. And then he was like, okay, that should just give him some time. He sent me a screenshot, and I noticed that in the screenshot he sent, it was from the Amex card. Like, it had to do with the Amex card. I gave a brief, I put down a very detailed thread about this on Twitter. I am going to leave the link for you to actually see, the entire thing, the chats, you'd see the transactions, everything that happened. I made sure it was as detailed as possible. This was happening on the 7th, of November, right? It was on a Saturday. And I told him, see, I can see clearly that this is the transaction from the American Express card, and it didn't go through, right? Let me see the transaction that happened with my MasterCard, because it will reflect on your Paystack. And we kept going back and forth, back and forth. I kept sending him emails. He said, oh, he's working on it, he's working on it. Do you know what I did? I was really very pissed, because, anything could change at that moment. They could just say, oh, the tickets are sold out, but we can't refund you. We'll have to change your flight time, blah, blah, blah. And I already had this entire plan scheduled. And, I already had a lot planned out. And I did not want it to affect the date of my travel. And fast forward, I had to go online. I Googled about Wakanow. And, the CEO came up. One Bio the Lion guy. So I decided, let me tweet at this guy. I checked his tweet and I saw he was a bit active. Sent him a message to his inbox, and then I replied to one of his tweets and told him to please check his DM. And I complained about the entire situation to him, and he said, oh, that I should give him a number he can reach me on, and he will try to resolve this. So Bio called me on Sunday. I explained everything to him, and he said that he would try to resolve this issue. And good and fine, the issue was resolved. I got another call apologizing, telling me that they have scheduled, the time. There are no flights on, they've used up all the flights on that day. I should, choose another day between, I think it was Tuesday, from Wednesday upwards. I had to choose Wednesday. I had to choose flying on Wednesday the 18th. In fact, what I had planned, when I had planned to travel was on the 15th. I had to travel on the 18th. And I couldn't make it for my grandma's burial. I missed my grandma's burial. I decided to let it slide. And then, they told me, oh, now that you have booked your flights, you can go ahead and pay for your visa. Went ahead, I paid for the visa. And then they said, so you have to take a COVID test before going to Dubai. Your COVID test will be checked at the airport when you are leaving Nigeria. And, when you get to the airport in Dubai, it will also be checked. So, I told them I'm not in Abuja at the moment. And because the test is time sensitive, I'd rather just take the test here. So fast forward, I got to Dubai, had a very great time in Dubai, enjoyed my stay. And I wanted to extend my stay till the 12th of December, being the Saturday. And I contacted Wakanow, and they said, oh no, we don't have any seats available for that day. I checked, I said, okay, how about Friday? They said, no seats available. I said, okay, good and fine. Maybe God really wants me to come back on the 9th. And, I had already packed all my bags, checked out of the Airbnb, mentally ready to come back to Nigeria, because you have to be mentally ready. The difference, the gap is too much, coming from that kind of place to Nigeria. You need to prepare yourself mentally. And then, on getting to the airport, when I got to the counter, they asked for my COVID test. And I was like, I didn't realize that, that COVID test I took the other time is still going to be important. It should have expired by now. And I explained to them, oh, I'm sorry. I showed my COVID test when I was coming in. And they said, oh, no, ma'am, you have to do another COVID test when going back to Nigeria. And I was like, I did not get that memo. And he said, your travel agent was supposed to inform you. How did you book your flight? And I said, oh, I booked with Wakanow. And he said, oh, your travel agent should have told you about the COVID test checks. See, I was at that airport that night. I was having serious menstrual cramps. Hey, God. I had overdosed on painkillers, and I just wanted to get into the plane, Mind you, I got to the airport like around 7. My flight was for 10 a.m. I did not want any situation or anything that will make me miss my flight, to make me rebook, that kind of event. If you miss your flight, you have to pay more money. If you, for no show fee, all those things. I just wanted to completely avoid it. And then I was told I needed a COVID test immediately. I brought out my phone, I messaged Wakanow, and I told them, hi, this is Vivian. How come you did not mention that I was supposed to get another COVID test when going back to Nigeria? And their response was, you are required to have a COVID test going and coming back. Now, let me say this. My partner did not need a COVID test to go back to the UK from Dubai, but it differs according to different countries. And since he didn't use any travel agent, he was checking the requirements with the airline. Now, I just felt that as a responsibility of the people that booked my flight, because normally I would book my own flight for myself. These guys did not tell me anything. And that point, Sefe, my head was just so scattered. When you did not plan for something, and then the minimum number of time, you need at least 48 hours before the COVID test is ready. I just said, I have to stay in this town for another 48 hours. I have to spend money on food, accommodation. Mind you, I do not have any relative in Dubai. I don't know anybody in Dubai. I was like, I'm going to spend money on food, spend money on transport, because going to the airport alone is almost 15K. If not more than, it's actually more than 15K. What am I saying? It's more than 15,000 going to the airport. So that means like going and coming back for that period, that day, is more than 30K that was already blown. I've not even talked about how much I spent on that accommodation, like normal days, because I had to come back on the 12th. I spent another 3 extra days in Dubai, and I sent a mail to Wakanow. I told them this is what happened, and they said that I'm supposed to confirm from the airline for the COVID requirements, that the COVID requirements change from time to time, and I was supposed to confirm from the airline before traveling. I did not book my flights with the airline. I do not have any arrangements with the airline. The only thing is the paper that I printed out having my travel itinerary that I had to present there before they gave me a boarding pass. And it has Wakanow on it. And then I sent the message to Bayo, and Bayo's response was, see, I can't exactly say everything that happened, but I can tell you for sure that if you want to see the detailed story of how this thing happened, because then I was still in my element, I was crazy, I'm still very pissed though, but trust me, I actually express myself better when writing while I'm angry. I express myself better when writing than, talking on video. And that was what his response to me was. And then probably after a while, when he had seen that a lot of people were retweeting stuff about Wakanow and, was probably going to affect his image, he now sent me a message and he says, let's see what we can do to get you back. This is not, I'm not claiming that we are at fault here. And I was like, see, you guys will have to pay 50% of whatever I spent. I'm not even going, I kid you not. Coming back to Nigeria, I had to pay like, I had to pay $254. I had to pay $254 on top of the money I'd already paid before to come back. That is a lot of money because, money does not grow on trees. This was a very rough year for most of us, even in business, especially if you own a small business. Like, all the money I had paid, everything was going close, even, accommodation and everything was running close to $1,000 just for someone's flimsy mistake. And, it's actually sad because I went on Twitter and I was, reading people's feedback about Wakanow. There was even one website I saw, come on, I just wish I saw these things before I traveled. I had no idea until I had gone. And then, after this had happened to me, I just typed Wakanow and I was seeing people's, on Twitter, I was seeing people's, write up about Wakanow, how Wakanow had, left them stranded. God, the experiences were very bitter. If you have time, just go on Twitter or go on what's it called, Google, and just type Wakanow review and you'll see things for yourself. The reason I'm doing this video is because I know if I do not do this, someone else is going to fall a victim of these thieves. These guys they're just horrible people. They will never protect the interest of their customers. After I told him that they have to pay for half of this, he said that he's no longer going to reply me. He's no longer going to respond to any of my, to any of my messages and he normally likes to help customers. Is it not your responsibility to help your customers? What do you mean by you normally like to help customers? You're very, as in, that guy is just very mad. I'm not even, see, I understand that you need to respect, but I've been doing business for more than 10 years. You don't type that to a customer. It's absolutely wrong. Even if you are not wrong, there's a way to put something. But in this case, you are very, very wrong. You helped someone book their tickets and visas, and you could not tell them that they needed to do a COVID test on going back to Nigeria. Who was supposed to inform them? Because I am not getting any emails from Emirates. Because normally I know that if I was going to get an email from Emirates, they would say, oh, Vivian, do not forget that, oh, you're supposed to fly to so day. Don't forget to make sure that you have all the requirements for traveling to your country. They'll send the link. I had to go to the link myself. And then I had to fill another form again for doing another COVID test in Nigeria, and I paid for that still. Do you know, like, the amount of money I spent fixing that rubbish mistake? Something that on a normal day would have just cost me 150 dirhams and 39K, 39,500 on a norms. Prior to my coming back, I wouldn't have to spend like all that money, but I had to spend all that extra money because someone was being very foolish and, they neglected their role as a travel agent. I am going to drop this video on Instagram first. If I do not get my refund in the next 7 days, I'm going to take this to YouTube and LinkedIn, and I'll make sure that it's all over social media. I am tired of people being incompetent. I am tired. I know that Nigeria, to an extent, is a lawless country, but you can't cheat me. I can't pay for a service and you treat me like I am nothing. And this is also for every single person that Wakanow has done something horrible to. I will not sit down and fold my arms and watch it happen again to somebody else. I know this has been one hell of a video, a very long video, but I really, really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching this video. If you've had any experience with Wakanow, you can write down in the comment section, call them out. I know they'll probably block me, but they can't block everybody. And then feel free to share this on your stories. Let as many people as possible see what these guys are capable of. And let's make this country great again. Thank you.